Make way for the Georgetown head coach and friend of the show, one of our favorites, Patrick Ewing, joining us here. Continental Tire Coach's Corner. Coach, man, it feels great to be able to call you coach, and it's a head coach. It's a long time coming. Did you ever think that it wasn't going to happen?
You know what? I was prepared for it not to happen. But first of all, wait, before I answer the question,
Okay.
Finally I get to, it's not the man cave.
No, it's not.
It's not the man cave, but I'm here in person. We're seeing each other face to face.
It's great. I think might have interviewed you back in 1983 or 4. I was there when you were drafted, so you don't remember me. I remembered you though. So, but no, it's great to see you, and you still have the invitation to come to the man cave and play basketball.
I'm happy.
I don't know if you're going to get
looking forward to it.
I don't know if you're going to get my shot though.
Well, you know what? I probably won't because my knees still hurt.
Oh, your knees still hurt. No, don't make excuses.
Wrist, elbow, everything still hurts.
When's the last time you blocked a shot?
When's the last time I played?
Do you shoot around at all? Do you miss any? What do you miss about the game?
You know what? I don't miss playing because I went straight from playing into coaching. So everything that goes into playing, I was doing except for going out and actually, playing. I was, using my mind to, getting the players prepared. I was going over game plans. And so everything that it takes to get the guys ready, except for going out and physically competing, I was doing. So I really never missed it. Though there was some times when there were, real big games. I'm sitting on the bench and I'm nudging, whoever I was next to. I'm like, I think I can go out and maybe I can go out and get like 30 and 20 tonight. I might. Those days might come. I would have those days, I should say. But other than that, I really never missed it.
Who do you miss playing against?
You know what? I'm not sure if I miss playing against them because in my era, the guys I was playing against were dominant. Hakeem. We had some great battles. I always, when I talk about the guys like Hakeem or David or Shaq, I always talk about sometimes you get the bear and sometimes the bear gets you. So if you don't bring your A game, they're gonna dominate you. So we had some fierce battles against those guys, but it was fun. They were fun.
I remember George Gervin. I said, who did you love playing against? And he said Kevin Greavy. So he said
Greavy didn't play any defense.
No, but that's funny. That's why George said he loved. I said, who did you love playing against? And George goes, Kevin Greavy, because he said, as soon as I got to town, I knew I was going to get 40 on Kevin Greavy. Did you have one of those players that you went, you know what? I think I'm going to enjoy this night when I get to this city?
You know what?
Oh, don't be humble.
I never thought of anyone like that because, you had the superstars and then you had some guys that were unfair weren't at that level. So, there were nights when you came and you knew they weren't at the same level as you, but I never really said I'm gonna get. I just go out there and perform.
Did you ever say one night to your teammates, I'm gonna get 40 tonight?
Oh, there's been many nights I said.
But did you get 40?
Yes.
But how would your game be now if your style in the NBA or your style at Georgetown, like how different a player do you think you would be if you were going to college?
I don't think it'd be any different.
You would be a defensive-minded guy like you were when you started Georgetown?
Right. I think the game has changed, definitely. But you still need players to still do the same thing. I think I'd still have to play defense and I still have to be able to score. You still need someone to block shots to protect the rim. But I was a player that did both. I played defense, and then I still went down the other end and I scored. You still need people to rebound both ends. You still need people to block shots. So I was able to do both, and I could shoot. I just didn't shoot out to the three-point line the way that bigs shoot now, but I was capable of doing it. In my era, I remember when I first came to Georgetown, Coach Thompson, we played Virginia.
With Ralph Sampson?
Ralph Sampson. Ralph took a shot from about the top of the key right here, the top of the free throw line right here. And I came down and took one from the free throw line, and Coach Thompson called timeout. He cursed me out. He said, "Son, get your butt in the paint." But now it's a different era. It's a different era. You know, bigs now, they want to shoot threes. You know, and that's the way the game has progressed. And you know, people, when I was in the NBA, people are always asking me, where are the centers? And now the centers are the ones out there shooting threes, and the guards are the ones that are posting up.
Would you be one and done at Georgetown?
In this era, probably yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Or I would have been probably, you know, when they didn't have the rule that you have to be a one and done, I probably would have went straight from high school.
Do you think you could have gone right to the NBA?
I could have went straight from high school when I came into Georgetown.
Okay.
I remember back then there were the Bullets. I was a freshman at Georgetown, and back then the Bullets, they would come over and play with us. And Mitch Kupchak, you know, came over to me. He's like, "Man, you could play in the NBA right now. So I don't know what you're doing here."
How did you develop a great friendship with Larry Bird?
You know what? It was strange. It was ironic because I hated the Celtics growing up.
And you played in Boston.
I grew up in Boston. I didn't like the Celtics. I was a Sixers fan, and you know, Larry and I got to be great friends during the Dream Team. And you know, it's funny. He talked so much trash. Always talk trash. Talk trash on the phone, on the floor. It was talking so much trash during the Dream Team, and that's how it started. You know, he's always talking trash to me, talking trash to the rest of the players. So I'm talking trash back to him, and it just clicked. You know, we just always talking trash to each other. Started hanging out. You know, going to dinner, going to lunch, and you know, just spending a lot of time around each other, and we just developed a very good friendship.
Did he talk trash on the floor?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I think that story you talked about, X, I think that's one of the stories you got from me.
Oh,
you might have got it from me. But, you know, he always talked trash. I remember he talked trash against us, talked trash with against everyone else. But, you know, the difference is he could back it up. He could back it up. You know, I remember, you know, like I was saying, growing up in Boston, people used to always talking about that he can't jump, he can't do this, he can't do that. And, you know, a lot of my friends was like that, you know. So, I got to the league. I called all my friends back up. I said, you know, all that trash that you were talking, you need to squash all that. This man is great. He can, whatever you were saying for a man who can't jump, he's demolishing everybody.
So your guys are saying, how can you let this guy?
Oh, he's doing it on everybody. He's doing it on everybody. He's doing it on the best defensive players in the league.
Yeah, that's funny. Patrick Ewing joining us, Continental Tire Coach's Corner. First year of coaching at Georgetown, what's the biggest thing you learned?
You know, I'm still learning. You know, I believe that, you know, you had asked the question before about why did it take so long? And I was saying that I was given an opportunity, and I was happy that I've been given an opportunity. And you know what, it might have taken long, but it's here. And what I've learned is that, as long as it took, all that time, I was able to work on my craft and got better and better and better, and prepared me for this journey. So I just looked at it as it was just a journey, and it just took me this long because I was just working on it, and I just believe that all the time was that it's just taking the class and learning from all the people that I worked with, and just to better my craft.
But do you find yourself channeling Coach Thompson at all with how he coached you?
I think I learned from everybody, and not just Coach Thompson. You have some Pat Riley in there, you have some Jeff Van Gundy in there, you have some Stan Van Gundy, you have some Steve Clifford, you have some Rick Pitino. I think I borrowed from everyone. You have some Mike Jarvis. You have some Steve Jenkins, who was a guy who taught me in the eighth grade. So I borrowed from everybody, and yes, there's a lot of John Thompson in there. I don't carry the towel on my shoulder like I said I was going to, but I believe that everyone that I played for, coached with, I borrowed a lot from them to get me to this point.
Your recruiting has gone pretty well.
It's I'm not going to say pretty well. It's going, and it's getting there. When it's going pretty well, I won't be here sitting on this stage.
You'll be in the Final Four?
I'll be here playing.
Do you still have your Georgetown uniform?
No, and if I did, I could not wear it.
Well, I know you might not be able to wear it. But do you have a framed jersey?
No, I don't. You know what? I think they gave me one, but I don't even know where it's at. I move so much.
Wait, do you collect memorabilia, like all your jerseys?
I do collect memorabilia, but I don't. For that one, I don't know where it's at.
Oh, we got to get that one.
They probably don't even know where it's at.
What other memorabilia? Like what other? Do you collect just jerseys?
Well, I have all my Knick jerseys.
You have other players?
No, I don't have other players.
You never ask for another jersey?
No.
Even from Jordan?
No.
Especially not Jordan?
No. No.
Would Mike have given you a jersey?
Yeah, he would have. But you know what? I would never ask. Maybe now I would, but back then I wasn't thinking of it.
Well, you're competing against this guy. You know what? Once he went to the Wizards, then you could have asked for it.
That one I didn't want.
I love that.
Just like people probably wouldn't want my Seattle jersey.
Oh, the Seattle Supersonics. How did you end up you end your career as a Supersonic?
No, I ended my career as a Magic. As a Magic.
That's even worse. like at least Seattle,
Well, you know what? We make mistakes in our lives. We make mistakes, and even there's nothing wrong with those franchises. They were great places. I enjoyed playing for those places, but I should have stayed in New York.
Yeah, but we all it's. Everybody has one of those moments where they go, oh, you know what? I want to play one more year, or I can go here and play. So you had those moments.
Well, I know I could have still played. It's just that, with the Seattle situation, sometimes you get tired of hearing the rumblings, and the team is better off without him.
Ooh,
and
ouch.
I heard that for 15 years, so I just
with New York,
felt it was just time to. You just get tired of it.
They didn't realize how much they would miss you until you left.
All right.
I mean, really, that's what happened with New York because of what you meant to that franchise and how hard you played, and you were underappreciated there as a New York Knick.
Yeah, but that's true. But I should have sucked it up and stayed because it hurt them and it also hurt me.
Did you guys, like I always viewed you guys, you and Barkley and Malone, you must have hated Jordan because he would win those titles and, you know, in the prime of your career, and you're like, you know, damn it, Mike won another title here. And then he goes to play baseball, and then Akeem gets a couple of titles there.
Well,
You're just born at the wrong time, I think.
you sound just like him. You know, he tells me that same story because Akeem won. He beat us for his first title.
Yeah.
And then he won. I got hurt, and then Shaq. He played against Shaq for the second. But
Mike says you were born at the wrong time.
no, he didn't say that, but he just said I stepped away and to give you a shot to get a ring, and you didn't get it.
I was with him at a golf tournament, and Jordan started in on Barkley.
Well, that's him, you know.
No, I mean, it was vicious. There were like 6 people sitting around a table, and Chuck joked with Mike, and then Mike didn't joke back, and then he goes, "How many titles you got?"
That's Mike.
And he kept saying it to Charles. Charles, I'm sorry. Charles started talking. "How many titles you got?" Charles, how many titles you got? And I went, "Oh boy."
That's his ultimate comeback, you know. And he's always been that way. He's been that way from the first day I met him. Talk about another person who always liked to talk trash. That's him.
It's great to see you. We're proud of you. And you know what? You're just starting there at Georgetown. Restarting there at Georgetown. 15-15 this year, and hopefully a good recruiting class. And we hope to see you in the tournament coming up next year.
I appreciate you coming back. You know, and I'm having a basketball camp this summer at Georgetown, and you need to come on.
Do you want me to teach the kids how to shoot?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, come on.
Because I can put on a clinic. That was my nickname.
There you go. Come on.
I was known as the clinic.
I know you can shoot.
Do you want to block one more shot?
Yeah,
the
come
final
on.
block of your
Come on.
career. Paulie would love for you to block one of his shots, Patrick. Do you think you could do that?
Come on.
All right.
Come on.
Paulie wants to bring it. You're going to bring it right to him. Patrick Ewing, head coach at Georgetown, Continental Tire Coach's Corner.
Oh, man. Okay. Wait, first, I love this guy. I wanted to do that since 1982.
Okay, here we go.
Give him a... Oh, my God.
Oh, you... He was... Patrick.
Oh, that was great.
He was trying to do the Jordan thing.
Where you going? Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Thank you, Patrick.
That's like
Thank
a wall.
you. Great to see you. Thank you.
Yeah.
He almost got it.
You have to leave the ground.
Barely got it.
No, I don't. Patrick doesn't want a piece of me.
Dan, I would see this movie outside, far outside.
Well, I'm going to do like my hardened.
Don't do it.
I still got it. It's the hesitation move got you. Yeah.
That was good.
Thank you, man. Good luck, all right?
Be good, man.
Yeah, we'll talk soon. I owned him. Yeah.
That should work. Well, I'm with Pat right now. I need a minute. Thank you, Coach.
That'll be good.
See you next year.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.